Hi! This video is for Shimoy Sensei's class. My name is Chelsea Whitman, and I am a friend of your teacher. And I live in California in the United States of America. I teach third grade, which means I teach students that are about 8 or 9 years old. So one of the questions that your teacher asked me was, what are the school rules? In my own classroom and in other classrooms like my own, we have 5 simple school rules. The first, number 1, is follow directions quickly, because we want our students to react quickly when we ask them to do something. Our second school rule is raise your hand for permission to speak. Our third school rule is raise your hand for permission to leave your seat. And our fourth school rule is make smart choices. Finally, the last school rule, number 5, is make your learning community happy. In other words, do things that make our entire classroom, all of the students and teachers, in fact, everyone on campus, do things that would make everyone happy so that we can have a positive and happy learning place to come to every day. The second thing your teacher wanted me to talk about was our daily schedule. So school opens up about 8 o'clock in the morning. And then the students will come onto campus and they'll start eating breakfast. We serve breakfast on campus. They come to the cafeteria, they eat their breakfast, and then they go outside around 8:30 and they have a short recess, about 20 minutes long. And they play, they run around on the track, they can play with their friends. They can sit down under a tree and talk a little bit with their friends before class starts. Class starts at 8:50, and when class first starts, we do things like reading instruction. We might have a little bit of writing practice, and then we have our first recess, morning recess, around 10:15. The morning recess is about 15 minutes long. Then we go back inside the classroom for more instruction. After recess, we have more one-on-one reading instruction so that students can get really, really good at reading, because that's so important for third grade students to learn how to read proficiently. Then we have lunch around noon. The lunch break is about 45 minutes long, and the students will go to the cafeteria once again. They will eat lunch in the cafeteria, then they can go outside for some more playtime. After that, we come back and it's usually math time in the afternoon. Then we have our afternoon recess. The afternoon recess is a bit longer. It's about 25 minutes long, and that usually is at 2 o'clock. And then the students come back one more time for usually some more writing instruction, or it could be a science lesson. And then they get to go home at 3:15. Now, in Japan, because I used to work in Japan, I used to teach English to Japanese students. So I know that a lot of students, they might go to like eikaiwa, or they might go to a school club, things like that after school, or maybe learn how to play a sport. Here in the United States, it's similar. There's things called the after school program, and that program is where students can enroll to learn about a new hobby. They can learn to play a new sport. They might do extra science or art lessons. That's called the after school program. That lasts for about 2 hours after school. If students want to enroll in that, their parents have to sign them up, and it's at there's no additional charge, no fee for that program. There's other programs called the Enrichment Program, and the enrichment program specifically focuses on STEAM. And I'll tell you what that means. STEAM stands for science, S. The T stands for technology, okay? The E in STEAM stands for engineering. The A in STEAM stands for art, and the M in STEAM stands for math. So the enrichment program focuses on those 5 areas, and students can take specialty courses in those 5 areas after school. For example, when I teach enrichment, I usually teach chorus. That means teaching students how to sing. I've also taught my students coding, and they use coding to do things like programming robots. We have, speaking of robots, we have robotics club also after school. There's a variety of things that students can do in the enrichment program. And if students don't want to stay on campus for the after school program or the enrichment program, they may go to private companies or organizations to do private sports clubs and do private sports practice, perhaps private dance lessons, things like that. Let's see, what else? Subjects. So the main subjects that we teach in elementary school in the United States are English language arts, and that would include reading instruction, writing instruction, spelling, phonics, and reading comprehension. After that, it would be mathematics. So English language arts, mathematics, art, science, and history. Those are the main subjects that we study in elementary school. And I think I covered special activities, so I think that's about it. I'll talk just a bit more about like special activities that go on throughout the year, special events that coordinate with holidays, for example. So at my campus, we have at Halloween time every year, which Halloween takes place on October 31st. At Halloween time, the students are invited to come to school wearing their costume. And we also have a fall harvest festival where students can come to our campus at night, and they can play carnival games. And we have something called trunk or treat. Now, a trunk is the back of a car, and teachers will actually invite their students to come onto campus and find candy that they hide in the backs of their cars. I know it sounds really strange, but all of those teachers, they drive onto the campus and they park all of their cars in a big circle. Then they open up the trunks of their car and they have some Halloween decorations, and the students can come up and ask for candy. It's a really fun event that we put on every year. That's called trunk or treat, which is similar to the American tradition of trick or treating. Another monthly event that we do at my school is called Student of the Month. And that's where we recognize one special student from each teacher's classroom, and they get recognized in a special ceremony that we have on the last Friday of every month of the school year. In addition to that, we have quarterly awards that we give the students to praise them for high achievement, good grades, good citizenship. That means having good behavior in the classroom. We do that on a quarterly basis. So that means 4 times a year. We also have special Christmas events. We might also have special graduation events at the end of the school year. And other than that, I think that about does it. I should also mention that we have a wonderful music program at my school where starting in the 4th grade, students can choose an instrument that they would like to learn, and then they can participate in music classes. We have a school orchestra and we have a school band. I think that about does it. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that taught you a little bit about what school is like in America for elementary school students. If you have any more questions for me, just feel free to ask. All right, goodbye, Shimoi Sensei students. I'll see you next time.